Welcome, Capricorn. This is Regina, Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your June General Tarot card reading. I titled your card Labor, Love, Balance. As I balance the lights here, I hope you can see me clearly. And a couple of cards came out during my meditation uh, in preparation for doing this reading. And it's specifically about the astrological or astronomical weather we're experiencing following the significant solar eclipse in April and lunar eclipse in March. Love, labor, balance is about life, work, love, life, work, life, however you want to frame this balance, heart, mind. This is describing a particular place you find yourself in, Capricorn, where your awareness has been consistent throughout your life regarding the choice you're making, regarding your highest potential, your greatest expression, the relationship that you have been developing with your higher self, in which decisions are eminent about directions you're moving in, associations you're making, conscious environmental choices around what you surround yourself in terms of what you're aspiring to. And previously, that has been you've made this decision before, but your understanding was confined to the conventions and rules that you believed were existing. And in many ways, you have rebelled against those rules for many of you. However, rebelling against the rules does not change them, it only highlights that they are real. And as a result of that, it is now that you are experiencing the choices you're making, the awareness that's coming into your life, the power that you're experiencing to actually have an impact on the world is giving you a sense of empowerment that was unimaginable to you. You never imagined that you would be in a position as an individual to have such a powerful influence on a variety of spaces. This isn't just about opening doorways to others' minds. This is about actually creating and building alternate structures to the current rules and regulations, the current cultural conventions most of us adhere to. So, this was a powerful message to me, and I am going to start your reading, Capricorn, for the beginning of June. The Nine of Earth is describing the energy of you being independent. And I love that this is sort of emerging around the energies of this climate definition that we've just described here, that you're experiencing. And as a result of what you're now understanding is necessary for you to have the power and influence that you're now seeing is available to you, your independence is required. Your sovereign security and stability is essential. It does not mean that you cannot merge and work with others. Quite to the contrary, this is a prerequisite to your being effective with others, for your being able to trust others as you develop the trust within yourself. As you gain confidence, you are more than able to understand that this power that you're wielding in the world must be reflected in your own life. And in that way, you are cultivating your own garden. That includes everything that belongs to others, that is to be shared with others by way of investment, your articulation, your participation in the work of the larger community, and those things that belong to you that are not for sharing, that support you in the work that you are carved out to do, that you're carving out for yourself. You need a respite from that, and you are providing a place where home is self-contained, it's protected, and it fuels you to do the work to receive the real rewards and values of the work that you're doing. In the middle of June, temptation. This is the devil card. In other decks, it's number 15. And this is describing the nature of well, we know it describes the nature of the beast, but for you, Capricorn, as not only one of your cards that describes your power, and that power is sort of channeled passion, channeled obsession, a compulsion to build something that will be of value and reward to yourself. But it's also describing what you're up against. And in many ways, the ability to own your own space, to be sovereign in your own independent, individual world, is giving you a greater handle and a greater sense of confidence as you face down these other institutional constructs. Some of them are things from the past, and many of them are current ways that we socially organize ourselves so that we can make changes. Whatever the structures are, you are having to face those in a way that allows you power to have an influence, but also helps you maintain your solvency as an individual. In the end of June, we have the Sun card. This is making me, a Capricorn, very happy, as the Sun card is indeed the card of happiness. It's the card of finding your authentic self. And I have to say, as a Capricorn, it is probably surprising to some of you, not all of you, to some of you, that you're finding your happiness as you articulate your vision, you share your resources through these institutional and conventional constructs. This is for some of you, particularly you that are creatives, embracing the conventional frame of building a business is something that you're now accepting as an organization to your many talents, your many gifts, your many resources, those particularly that must be shared with others. It's almost as though you now accept that institutions or organizations or the cultural conventions that we accept are a language through which you can speak and speak authentically. I do feel that there's a way in which many of us assume that the layering, social layering and conditioning that we experience continues to kind of occlude our light, occlude our innocence, our purity. And this is saying, actually, au contraire, to the contrary, you are shining more brightly because you're built for this. You are more authentic as you are your actual self, your true self, in these spaces, because who you are is what is needed. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card. Capricorn, if this is resonating for you, please like this video, share it with others who might enjoy it. Comment below if you feel so moved. I really appreciate hearing your gratitudes, your feedback, or things that work for you. And of course, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I have the Peace card. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Really interesting. And I'm from the Hummingbird Oracle. We like to keep it light here. I pulled Reflecting Pond. Celebrate the true beauty and light that lies within you and others. This really does make me go back to the idea that of the tower in many ways. You're reflecting yourself in a way, I feel, for many of you that you did not believe was possible. I'm bumping up a lot of against a lot of spiritual or cultural assumptions. Many of them I have shared as a Capricorn, that the world, you are, for some of you, outside of the world, or to be in the world, it requires you to put on this armor and this way of screaming out so much that it is difficult to believe or understand that you are fully yourself in all these spaces, that you reflect your whole self when you're participating in any social organization, group, project, or community. And this is a beautiful energy. I'm going to clarify the beginning of June, 9 of Earth, with the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. This is really talking about a lot of the challenges, the failures, what for many of you, not all of you, but for many of you Capricorns, wherever you are in life, you have looked through the lens of your pain, your failures, your disappointments, the way your heart was broken, the way you felt used or exploited by others. And that has, in some ways, consumed your emotional space, your heart space, and sent you on what is meant to be a lifelong healing journey. But the healing has been what the releasing of the pain and the suffering, the deeper understanding of how these struggles or exclusions were part of what helped you to understand who you are and what you're made of, is part necessarily what has taken you to this place of greater independence and understanding that that isn't a bad thing. Doesn't mean that you'll never love again. The 7 of Cups is describing, as a result of this healing, you still engage in many projections, many assumptions about ways in which you could get back for all the pain you've experienced for some of you. And it's really an unconscious project. It's not like you're setting out to be mean or hurt others. But at a subconscious level, there is a feeling of having been used and abused. And wouldn't it be nice if I could become rich and famous, and look at them now? That's what this card is telling me right now. It's also saying that as you move into clear awareness about your power and position in the world, you are made many offers. You're understanding so many more options than you once believed available. And many of those are distractions. Many of those are really just a lot of sort of intuitive or noise. That's people wanting to get in on what they see is a rising star. So it kind of reifies this experience of suffering and pain and being used. But ultimately, it is a distraction for you. It's a distraction from where you know you need to go, and that is the fuller expression and vitality of your higher self, which you are activating at each stage. So you've experienced this choice that you're making now around the higher path to choose. You believe you have made this choice in the past, but you were caught up in I want to say, the devil in the past. So let's look at that. The Temptation card is clarified by the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. I'm liking all this Cups energy. Um, the Queen of Cups is really allowing you to own this space of love, that you have gained this deeper understanding that whatever your own personal or individual struggles have been, your energy towards others, your natural instinct is one of service, is one of support, is one of assistance. You understand that supporting others, even if that support is not reciprocated, that really that is your position here on earth. and you're learning more appropriate ways to give yourself that same support, that same attention, nurturance, and care that is required for you to do all of this work out in the world. You have to cultivate this place of retreat. It's interesting that it also is emerging as part of your own garden. This is part of the way that you fuel yourself. And this isn't just in supporting others. This is a total unleashing, as the Knight of Cups is indicating, of your imagination, your creative abilities. This is the same process by which a CEO, a bank president, a school teacher, or an artist of whatever type is experiencing right now. Your creativity is something you're actively pursuing as you understand its your uniqueness that the world is waiting for. It's your special combination of power and energy and this tremendous uh, compulsion to serve, to give love, to explore creative realms, to explore this new world that you're getting glimpses of and you're in contact with at a variety of levels that is more conscious now than it has been in the past. At the end of June, the Magician and the Hierophant are clarifying the Sun card here. And this is stunning. You are clearly devising your own vision. You're clearly putting flesh and bones to your vision. And part of the way that you do that, uh, part of the way that you release these gifts that are innate to you is through your ability to learn and to teach others what you learn. So there's a strong leadership, mentorship, uh, teaching energy here. It's even more fundamental. It is the learning process, and everything you do that you benefited from, that you have actually made this and are making this slow incremental growth, very typical of the sun sign Capricorn. Saturn is the ruler. It's step by step. Nothing can be taken for granted. You have to learn everything from the ground up. And when you learn the things you learn, you have to discriminate against those skills that will be applicable and appropriate for others. So you're teaching others through your behaviors how to proceed and what's at stake in proceeding, why it's important to do things in a certain way. Um, and this in turn is helping you to align yourself with your vision with the institutional visions that you can have an influence over. You're actually collaborating with institutions or members of institutions in order to support the ways in which change can be of benefit to them. I'm not going to clarify anything here. There's so much, I feel. And I'm going to finish this reading with a yogic path oracle. And of course, I'm hoping that this reading is bringing you the clarity and the peace that some of you may need at this time. And I pulled Dharma. And I'm going to read from the guidebook. A minute. And of course, like me, many of us are familiar with this term. Congratulations. Dharma means your highest purpose. You're on the path to fulfilling your highest purpose. You've recently unraveled deeper insights into why you were put here on this planet and are ready to share your gifts in a bigger way. You've realized that the obstacles you faced were given to you for a reason and have provided you with the strength you needed to show up as your highest self. The universe is ready for you to rise up into Dharma role, to uplift the vibration of this planet. Continue to listen to the whispers of your soul. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for this incredible reading. I'd love to hear how this resonates for you. Until next time, namaste.